Hello there. Karen Del Maestro here, your self-care coach, breast cancer and BRCA2 thriver, and welcome back. This week, we are talking about 3 meaningful ways that you just start accepting your body after breast cancer, right? Our bodies go through tremendous changes, whether we've gone through surgeries, whether we've gone through radiation, chemo, all of them have an effect on our physical appearance and our body. And it can be really, really challenging. And I hear this all the time from the women in my Healthy Living After Breast Cancer Facebook group. We talk about this a lot, how looking in the mirror and you don't even recognize the woman looking back at you. Is that something that you're experiencing? Is that something that you're feeling? I know I did for a little while. It took me a little while to kind of get used to the new Karen. Now, if you didn't know me before, I always used to have blonde hair, right? After my diagnosis, I decided to stop dyeing my hair. And I said, you know what, Karen, either you'll like it or you won't. So let's see. I liked it. So I just went with it. So, but how do we begin to accept a body that we don't even recognize, right? Right? How do we look at that woman and start to love her, no matter how she looks, especially if you didn't love her before, right? Ask yourself that question. Were you comfortable and confident in your skin before your diagnosis? Many of you weren't, I'm sure, because I know a lot of the women that walk through my door to work with me as a coach are not confident in their skin. Most women are not, no matter what you're looking at, no matter the mask that they're wearing that looks happy and healthy and confident and smiling. I can guarantee you, most of those women, and you may be one of them, that wears that mask, that pretends on the outside that they're feeling good and everything's okay. After she gets out of the shower, she's looking at herself and jiggling her belly and touching her cellulite and pulling herself a bit here and a bit there. And oh, what if those wrinkles have gone, right? And unfortunately, most women, myself included, I did it for a period of time. We're pretty good at that and tearing ourselves down and tearing ourselves apart. And it doesn't feel good. And I'll tell you something, after our cancer journey, we do not need to be doing that to ourselves, right? Because what happens is our energy levels are already depleted, right? We're already wiped out. We're already feeling that we're running on fumes and can barely even get through the day. But that negative voice up here in our heads, the one that starts tearing us down, what do you think it's doing to your energy level? Do you think it's giving you more energy, or do you think it's making you feel less and less and less and less? Right? It's depleting us even more. And you feel it because you know when you've looked at yourself in the mirror, like what starts happening, right? We start shrinking, our body starts like wanting to disappear, like we don't even really exist. Yeah. Well, what can we do about that, right? How can we start to accept our body? And beyond that, how can we start to even love it and be grateful for it? Well, I'm going to share 3 super meaningful tips with you today to help you on that journey, right? So number 1, start by looking and touching your body. And I don't necessarily mean in a sexual way, although if you want to do that, go for it. I'm not going to stop you there either. Absolutely. But here's the thing, right? We're often covered in scars or burns, and we're looking at this body and we don't recognize it. But what has not changed is the incredible woman on the inside, the one that's a warrior, right? The one that's a fighter. Stand up and earn those titles, because you are, no matter what your treatment is, right? Because I've had women say to me, you know what, I didn't go through chemo, so I don't really feel like I deserve to call myself a warrior or a fighter. Well, guess what? as soon as you hear the words, you have breast cancer, you make a decision. You decide in that moment if you are going to fight or not. Every single one of us did it, myself included. That little voice and said, well, it's not going to get me. I've got way too much to live for. I'm going to fight. And you decided that too, right? So instead of looking at what's on the outside, I invite you to start looking on the inside at the woman that's really in it, this incredible, strong, resilient, beautiful woman who fought to live, who fought to be here, no matter what your course of treatment was, no matter what it was. Okay, so I want you to look at your body, and I want you to think about touching yourself when you're in the shower. Think about washing each body part and being grateful and saying, thank you. Thank you for carrying me through this. You know, maybe you're at the point where you've just been able to get in the shower. And I remember this feeling. So it's always so funny. It always like makes me giggle after my double mastectomy, and I'm finally able to have a shower, right? It's weeks. And the idea of actually feeling the water going over your hair and really washing and showering is delightful, but you've still got what I call T-Rex arms. And so because I had, lymph nodes removed, and my breasts, the incisions go all the way under my arms. So, and everybody's different where their breast tissue is. So I couldn't move my arms a whole lot. And so I felt like I was a T-Rex with little baby arms, and I couldn't really reach everywhere and do everything, but doing my best to touch my body as it is, to touch the scars, and moving around as is appropriate, as your surgeon recommends, and physical and occupational therapists is saying, yes, it's okay to massage. Yes, it's okay to do. Make sure that you get your doctor's permission for that point. It's not immediate. Right, and they'll tell you there's stitches and things inside that they do not want you touching and moving. So make sure that you're getting your, medical doctor's permission to do that. But you can touch your arms, you can touch your legs, you can touch your belly. I remember after having my full hysterectomy, my belly looking different. It was a lot looser, a lot more jiggly, and just massaging it and saying, hey, thanks. We've been through a lot. This was a major surgery. You're doing great. And just showing yourself that appreciation for what your body is carrying you through. That gratitude will take you so far towards self-acceptance and self-love. The second thing that I want to talk about here when we're talking about accepting our body is, how many times do you go and put something on, an outfit on, and you're like, oh, it doesn't fit right, and we take it off and we throw it, and we're just like getting frustrated because nothing fits right. Well, here's the thing. The problem is not your body. The problem is the clothes. The clothes fit a different body. It's not you. You can't help it. You went through a massive change. What do we need to do? Change the outfit. Find the things that do work for you, that make you feel good, that make you feel confident in your body. I'm flat now, and all of my old clothes do not work. I'm not angry at my body. I'm not angry at my clothes, and just like, okay, well, that doesn't work. Can I tweak it? Is there something I can do to it? Or is it something I need to donate? Gotten rid of a lot of my clothes. Doesn't matter. Cleans out my closet. Makes me feel good. And then I know I can reach to everything in there, and it's going to make me feel good when I put it on. It's a process. It takes time. Right? And I would say, before you start getting rid of stuff, wait until the end of your surgery. You may have expanders right now, and you're going to look completely different when your implants go in. Or maybe you've got implants and you're considering going flat. So hang on to some key things, but think about layering. That's a big thing. Like there's a couple of things that can work really well if you're feeling a bit insecure. Scarves are fantastic, right? Because they can drape and they bring all the attention up to your face. The other thing, and I'm a massive fan, I was a fan of kimonos prior to my diagnosis, and I'm a fan now. So kimonos, cardigans, things that give you that extra layer can make you feel more confident, right? So make sure that you're wearing things that you feel good in, that you're not trying to, and just understanding without judgment that your body is not the same as it was before. That's okay. It's okay. It just is what it is. This is what we have to work with. But if we're pulling ourselves apart all the time, making ourselves feel good, again, what is it doing to our energy level? Depleting our very precious energy and making us feel super crappy. You don't need that. None of us need that, right? We want to feel good. We want to feel energetic. We want to feel confident. And this is how we do it. So it's adapting the clothes that we have, donating what doesn't work, get rid of old stuff that's ready to be tossed anyway. And when budget allows, then you buy something that does work for you. Clothes are out there, trust me. It's just a matter of maybe tweaking a little bit and finding the stuff that works for you now without judgment. I hope that makes sense. And the third thing, really important third thing on our list, is to practice daily self-care. Now, before you say anything, okay, number one, I want you to know that self-care is not selfish. It is essential to feeling confident in your skin. It's essential to having energy and getting through each day. It is essential to every single one of us. Let me tell you why. Self-care, it's not bubble baths and mani-pedis, although yes, it can be. Self-care is the conscious act that we take to promote our physical, emotional, and mental health and well-being. I'll say that again, okay, because it's a different concept, I guarantee you, than you've probably heard before. But this is my jam. Self-care is my jam. I'm your self-care coach. This is what has gotten me through all of the major traumas in my life. Breast cancer, BRCA2, Zika virus, the loss of my mom, my dad, my younger brother, almost losing my husband and him in a motorcycle accident, major car accident. I mean, the list goes on. There've been many major traumas, and self-care is the thing that has gotten me through every single one of them. Self-care is the conscious act that we take, not think, take, to promote our emotional, physical, and mental well-being. Ask yourself, do you do that? Physical, maybe, sometimes, right? If you think about your energy level, it's a great place to look, right? Do you feel like you have the energy that you want? Probably not. Daily self-care, daily energy boosting self-care will help shift that energy, get you more, right? And I've got a resource for you. So hang on till the end here and I will share a great free resource with you. So how does self-care help with our body confidence, right? It's a great question. Self-care, these daily acts of self-care lead to self-love. Okay, so when self-care becomes our new habit, then we start to love ourselves more. Already feeling good. Yep, you betcha. That self-love leads to self-compassion. What does that mean, Karen? Well, think about how often you're hard on yourself, or you beat yourself up, or you're tearing your body apart, or you're feeling like you're not good enough, or pretty enough, or thin enough. All of the enoughs, right? Those old stories that we all grew up with. I grew up with them too, trust me. I have mine. whole bucket full of them. But I don't carry them anymore because my self-compassion, that kind voice, the voice that you would talk to a child or your best friend with, I use on myself too. Starts with self-care, leads to self-love, leads to self-compassion, and then it leads to self-confidence and self-acceptance. Then that's when we get to step into feeling energized, feeling joyful, feeling authentic, and like we belong, versus feeling like we don't fit in. That's what happens when we start to practice daily self-care. So, a special gift for you guys today. I do. If you would like to grab my 30 days of energizing self-care tips, it's a whole calendar. Yeah, yes, please. And then I will drop the link for you wherever you're watching this video. Okay, so that you can grab that, so that you can start to practice this self-care, moving on to self-love, moving on to self-compassion, and reaching self-confidence. It works. It works. Right? I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and I've seen it over and over and over and over. It works. Okay, so let's recap these 3 meaningful ways to accept your body after breast cancer. And guess what? It's not just body acceptance. Like, it's so much more than that. Like, if I could tell you, like, the keys to the universe, right? Keys to this incredible life that you get to create and step into when you choose to do this, when you make this a priority. Okay, so you're going to start by really looking at your body, not tearing it apart. Notice that, looking without judgment, just looking, accepting, being grateful for what your body has carried you through. Touching it in the shower with gratitude, right? As you're showering, it's just such a great time to do it. Instead of just showering, like, think about being grateful for each body part. What does it allow you to do? You know, your feet, your legs, thank you for allowing me to walk, right? Your heart, allowing me to love and to be here and to breathe, right? We can go on and on and on. Number 2, change the outfit. Right? Stop trying to fit into things that fit your pre-cancer body. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the clothes don't fit. So change the clothes. Don't beat up on your body. Just change the clothes. Accessorize differently. Tweak something a little bit if you need to. Wear things that make you feel good, that are you, right? If you want color, bring color. If you want gray, bring gray. Gray happens to be one of my favorite colors. So. And then most importantly, practicing daily energizing self-care, right? Those things that are going to make you feel good about yourself, making you feel like you matter because you made the list, right? Often we feel like we're at the bottom of the list and we don't really matter. We're running around, we're being pulled in a million directions. We're doing everything that we can to take care of everybody else. We're not even on the list. And what if I were to say, how about we put you at the top of that list? Because I know that when we prioritize our self-care, right, those conscious acts that we take to promote our physical, emotional, and mental well-being, then we have more energy to take care of everybody else. I wouldn't be here today doing what I'm able to do if I were not taking care of me first. Without guilt, without judgment, I know that that's what I have to do. Why do I know? Because it's what kept me going through everything that I've been through in my life. And that shift is what allows me to not just accept my body, but love my body, love the skin I'm in. Give me the confidence that I have, even with no boobs, even with being disfigured in a really weird shape. that's not holding me back. That's not holding me down, right? Because I know who I am inside and I know what I have to offer to the world. So don't forget, grab your 30-day calendar of energizing self-care. I'll drop the link wherever you're watching this. Grab that, get going on it, right? You don't have to do it in order. You can pick and choose, try something new, try something different. You'll never know until you try it, whether it's for you or not. Great, right? Thank you so much for listening or watching. Again, my name is Karen Del Maestro. I'm your self-care coach, breast cancer and BRCA2 thriver. You can find me over at Karen with an I, delmaestro.com, or in the Healthy Living After Breast Cancer Facebook community. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have the most amazing, amazing day. Start putting these tips into action today. Why not, right? Bye for now, guys. I'll see you next time.